for the Boston Celtics, and we are set and ready to go. Zach Collins will jump off, the 10th pick in the first round. They're running the show. Connaughton, who is a very dynamic athlete, had that blocked by Zizic, which is a good thing for the Boston Celtics. And Jackson kicks it out to Jaylen Brown, the second-year pro, knocks down the three. He had 26 in his summer league opener.
Say, how'd that guy miss it? Well, sometimes it's not his responsibility. You got to know whether it's the trail official. Wow, Celtics off to some start. So, you know, it's different. Look at this again. He loves that step-back move. Tell you what was impressive to me about that one. He wasn't even squared up. He's tilted to the left.
There's Jake Layman. Inside to Swanigan. Great give-and-go play. Layman with the layup. You know, give out buys and then set up a championship bracket. Each team guaranteed 5 games in all. Zizic didn't time that well off the nice dime from Tatum.
41 and 41, but in the Western Conference and with the injuries they dealt with, that's a good basketball team. Playing time was not easy to come by.
Finish. Tatum with the step through, got ripped by Gutierrez.
Nice play by Jorge Gutierrez.
Point ball game. Zizic with the dribble handoff to Tatum. Jayson Tatum firing over Connaughton, hits nothing but net. That jumper all wet.
Talked about the maturity. Step back between the legs, square up. He's just too tall for Pat Connaughton. Knocks it down. Young viewers out there, you got to look at what Caleb looked like when he was a young guy. You know, and so many people that are you know, obese.
Probably the best player in the Big Ten last year. Swanigan averaged 18.5 and 12.5. Nice looking jumper from Allen
right there.
Side. Stokes with a great pass, and Brown able to flush it home. Good look by Jarnell Stokes, battling always has been kind of an undersized postman.
They're both good. Nurk rehab, which was basically resting, and so his foot's fine. He's been going through some good workouts in Portland and in Bosnia. He's not as strong as he needs to be, but he's 19, and that's going to come. But he has a great sense for the game. He has a great sense for the game. He can pass, he can shoot, he runs the floor, he's athletic, he's contests every shot. For a big guy coming into this league, I think that's always a challenge. And from what I saw yesterday, he has a good feel for it defensively. So I'm really not concerned about his offense. That's going to come because he's too skilled not for it to come. We've been very fortunate with, you look at the opportunity that C.J. McCollum had and A.C. Allen Crabbe had, it's just going to be too tough.
I know you're looking forward to scouting Paul George a few more times, right?
Yeah, he's a good player.
And Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Here, we finished the season really strong, and we ended up winning 44 and getting to the second round. I think we kind of felt into.
Lonzo went for 11, 11, and 11. I figured that was a good night to go, and I never made it over.
It was a sign. Missed our window.
And it's like Noah Vonleh, very similar. Reminds me like Caleb Swanigan and Noah Vonleh. Ironically, both from Big Ten, both from schools in the state of Indiana.
And James Fraschilla, also a player development coach, doing a great job with Myers Leonard. He's reportedly looking exceptionally sharp in his summer workouts. Boston Celtics, Gordon Hayward is packing his bags, leaving the shadows of the Wasatch Mountains and headed east to Boston.
Cleveland, they're very good. They're much improved.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
They had a better record than Cleveland last year.
Gutierrez bottled up. Ojale really moving his feet well. He forces the turnover. Jackson is looking to push. Gets into the paint, and a nice finish by Gutierrez. 6-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Little dribble handoff. Jabari Bird got a great screen to get free. Markel Brown got crushed on that dribble handoff.
Still laying on the floor in front of us.
Shorter Jaylen Brown couldn't convert on it, though. And Connaughton turns it over. Shemi Ojale, nice ball fake. Brown working against the taller Swanigan, had it back tapped and knocked away.
Some really important years playing professionally in the Spanish league before he came over, and the country was just devastated that day. Good rebound there by Zach Collins, but unable to finish. He uses his length to get the rebound, couldn't finish. Zizic just overpowers him right there. May very well see some time in the D-League. G-League, excuse me.
G, yep. Still trying to rebrand that too myself, as Brown had to go out of bounds. Zizic out top. Demetrius Jackson off the screen. Boy, tough layup inside by the diminutive but dynamic Demetrius Jackson. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A low-scoring ball game. A long step by Allen and a nice left-handed finish.
Exactly what you said. Not just a two-way contract. It's 2 more roster spots.
Yeah.
Roster spots go from beautiful block.
Tatum erased
Jayson
that.
Tatum. Nice.
Yeah. Tatum out to Ojale. And Shemi was sweet on that one of ability.
Oh, does he? Hey, I'll tell you, he showed it. He's looked very impressive.
Swanigan with that foul line jump shot, showing off his face-up game. Corner jumper is good. That's a 3. Jarnell Stokes, not a three-point shooter, but he is here.
Ball back from Jarnell. Watch. No, no, no. I'm going to shoot it myself.
I think that Lonzo Ball had coming out of the shoot, but he bounced back nicely with a triple-double last night, and what a nice rebound putback. And let me ask you this. There have been different ideas floated for competition during the NBA's regular season as Jackson knocks down the 3. Swanigan couldn't find
good read
Hunter in the corner.
Jaylen Brown with a great read.
He went down.
Yeah,
Another Seattle player.
Tacoma, that's right.
Oh, Jake Layman went to punch it over Zizic, lost it, and Portland converts.
Jake Layman has been on the wrong end of too many of these repeats. Down the rebound.
Cross court to Ojale. Pass never made it to Zizic.
Good, because it was well defended. Zach Collins with a good move. Atlantic to Miami. Avery Bradley, the aforementioned, to Detroit. Amir Johnson to Philadelphia. Tyler Zeller was waived, but Gordon Hayward and Marcus Morris, that's pretty significant.
One more look at Jaylen Brown.
That's a tough call.
Had Jackson guarding him. Got the rebound amongst 3 Celtics.
In the last game, yes, Steve says yes. He's got him for the whole day. We're going to report in at the end of the night.
Brown to Shemi Ojale.
Well,
Nice looking stroke from downtown. Made a couple of those yesterday in that win against the Lakers. Gutierrez blocked by Zizic. Couldn't get the second one. Boy, he is relentless.
Swanigan knows what to do. That time fell right into his hand.
2 minutes to go. Connaughton off the nice feed from Collins.
They can do everything. They can dribble it, they can shoot it, they can handle it. But I still think there's a spot for the mobile bigs. I mean, you know, the 2 guys we talked before.
Jeff Goodman's going to join us during the next game, and Jeff will be speaking with Simmons. Simmons on the mend, and as we were told yesterday by their head coach, Brett Brown.
Darius Saric is a nice player. Saric is a really nice player. But I'll tell you what Markelle Fultz, as Pat Connaughton knocks down a 3.
Be joining Tatum as part of our post-game coverage. 3 seconds to go, and Connaughton with a couple of late buckets for the Blazers. The game is going to end on that. Be joining Tatum as part of our post-game coverage. 3 seconds to go, and Connaughton with a couple of late buckets for the Blazers. The game is going to end on that as Boston improves to 2-0, winning at 70-64. Jaylen Brown joining Tatum with 13 points to go along with 8 rebounds.